Hi guys, it's Paula and I hope you are doing well and I hope you are having a happy new year or happy New Year's Eve depending on where you are in the world. I know a lot of people have already crossed over into January 1st, 2023. I've been seeing lots of posts on Instagram and Facebook, so happy New Year to all of you. And to those of us who are riding along in the caboose, happy New Year's Eve to you as well. This is going to be my finale for Panda Palette 2022. It's only been about 2 weeks since my last update, so I don't have a ton of progress, but time is up. It is December 31st and I am out of time on this palette, and so here I am with the finale already. Let's start with my Baby Panda palette. Baby Panda palette is an ongoing project that will continue into the new year, where I'm working on a palette with 5 pans or less to pan completely. And once I do that, I choose another palette with 5 pans or less, because I am a glutton for punishment and I like to punish myself with panning. I am currently working on a little duo from Smashbox. This has a long history of being panned for several years now. It started out 2 years ago in panning solitaire, which was a Fantastic Ladies themed project, working on singles, duos, trios, and working your way up the ladder with the number of pans in a palette. And this was my duo for that project. I did hit pan in one of the shades, and after that year was over, this became my Baby Panda palette. So I have now been working on this for 2 years. It's not gone, not even close. So let me throw up a picture of what this looked like last month. And this is what it looks like today. Still no pan on the shimmery gold. I did use this several times over the past month, maybe 3 or 4. I'm really working to clear out this side of the pan of matte shadow. I definitely think I'm going to get through this matte shadow this year. I definitely think I'm going to hit pan on this gold shadow this year. When? I don't know. The dip is growing, but I don't prioritize this little duo over other things, unfortunately. I think it was a really good thing to do that month of working on this palette this year. I'm really glad I did that. I need to do that again in 2023 and just dedicate an entire month to this palette, because when I commit myself to using this palette, 1, I really like the eye look every day, and 2, I actually start making progress, which I don't always have. So this will continue to be worked on in 2023. I'm going to keep at it. I like it very much. I like the looks I get with it, but I just don't use it as often as I'd like. I need more eyeballs. That's just all I could say. I need more eyeballs. I bought too many eyeshadows. I bought enough eyeshadows for somebody with 10 eyeballs, but I only have 2. So that's my dilemma. Speaking of too many eyeshadows, let's move on to my Panda palette for 2022. I went along with the Fantastic Ladies theme for this year, which was Size Matters. I thought it was a great theme. That theme was created by Jessica, and you could interpret that to mean whatever you wanted, but for me, I chose a palette that has 100 pans to work on, which is by far the largest amount of pans I have in any one palette, and I've thoroughly enjoyed myself this year. So let me show you a picture of what this palette looked like last month or 2 weeks ago. And this is what it looks like today. I am holding it upside down, aren't I? Sorry, guys. Let's try that again. And this is what it looks like today. So I haven't done a whole lot with this palette in the last 2 weeks. The main things that I have done are continue to expand this pan, which is a shimmery kind of goldy, light golden champagne shade that I use as a brow bone highlight pretty much every day. using this brown right here as a brow powder every day. And the look that I have done the absolute most often over the last 2 weeks is this look right here, which focuses on this pink in my crease, and I definitely think I've expanded the pan on that a bit. I'm getting really close to side pan at the top, and this pretty shimmery light blue shade up here that doesn't look like much in the pan, but I think makes a beautiful eyeshadow. The reason I've been doing this look on repeat is to get my 10 uses on a purple crayon from Rimmel or Milani. I can't remember. I think it's Milani actually. A purple eye crayon that I have in my Project 10 Uses from Milani, and to keep working on the blue shadow that is in my Do Japan My Battleship project. So this is the look I've been panning, and I really like this look a lot, and I think you guys like it too. I've gotten several compliments, so thank you very much. But that's really the main look that I've been doing these last couple of weeks, other than my baby Panda palette, and I don't know what else I did, honestly. I've been doing something. I've been putting makeup on. I haven't been walking around with no makeup on, but I don't really know what I've been doing besides this look. Something. So unfortunately for this finale update, I did not hit any new pans, and I did not finish any more eyeshadows completely. So my standing remains with this palette as of today is that I managed to completely finish 5 pans of eyeshadow from this palette, and I hit pan on 15 other pans of eyeshadow. There are certainly some pans that are really close to being done. That highlighty shade is on its last legs. This matte kind of skin colored shade is getting close. I did use that a couple of times over the last few weeks, but you know, obviously not enough to finish it. This shade down here is really close. Yeah, those 3 are really close to being done. And at the end of the day, there isn't a ton of product in any of these eyeshadows, and none of them are impossible to get through. I just remembered the other light eye look I've been doing these last couple weeks. It was my dupe for the Sultry palette, and so I used these silvers for that look quite a bit. So that was the other look. I did that look plus this look plus my Baby Panda palette. I don't know why I couldn't think of that. But yeah, compared to almost every other eyeshadow I've ever tried to pan, this is way easier. Not just a little bit easier, way easier. There's a lot less product in these shadows. And despite the fact that there's nothing high quality about any of these shadows, I like them. They work for me. I don't know if I've done a whole lot of looks with this palette alone, but this is a great supporting cast of eyeshadows to go with my nicer, fancier eyeshadows that are sparklier and more metallic and, you know, pop more. Although, look at that blue. That blue really pops. I mean, I don't want to sell this palette short, but what I found I did most often this past year was paired this palette along with other eyeshadows that I was panning to create looks. I did also find some great one shadow eyeshadows in this palette. This shade up here, that kind of plummy shade, which I almost put on today, just, I don't know, because I got a late start today and I wanted something quick. That shadow works great as a one shadow eye look. Same thing with this shadow right here. Just put that all over my eyelid, walk out the door, put a brow bone highlight and an inner corner highlight, and I'm done. So yeah, there's certainly some standalone shadows here as well, but for the most part, I tended to pair this palette alongside other shadows that I had in other projects, and I had so much fun. I've said this before, I'm gonna say it again. I am not ready to quit this palette. I'm not done with it. And I don't know if I've ever felt that way. I kind of felt that way a little bit last year with my Viseart Petite Pro 2 palette, but I think that feeling was more out of frustration that I didn't make more progress with that palette, rather than me really wanting to continue to work with that palette. I just wanted to make more progress, and I think that's why I didn't want to stop working on it. But with this palette, not only do I want to keep making progress on it, but also I'm loving this palette. I'm having a lot of fun with this palette. I'm shocked that I'm saying that out loud, but it's true. So I mentioned this before, but I have found a way to keep working on this palette. I don't know how that's gonna work with another Panda palette along with every other project that I do that incorporates eyeshadows, but I am invested in continuing to find a way to work on this palette in some fashion in 2023, and I've determined to do that, and I have figured out a way to continue working on this. I will be talking about that in a few weeks, but this is it for Panda palette and this palette as of today. And yeah, I'm okay. I'm okay with where we ended up. You guys know that I'm an eternal optimist. You guys know that I always think I'm gonna do better than I actually do. It's just in my nature. Like I start the year out thinking I'm gonna do so good. I'm gonna finish like 50% of this palette and I'll have a whole bunch of pans. And I didn't come anywhere near that. But really, ultimately, when I look back, I think this was a good palette for me to work on this year, and I did the best I could. I mean, ultimately, I have very few no makeup days out of 365. Probably out of 365 days in the year, I might have 15 no makeup days tops. So I'm putting makeup on every day. I'm having fun. I'm creating looks that I like. And I finished off 5 eyeshadows completely, which earned me points towards my low buy bank. So I'm very, very happy with that outcome. So that's it. Thank you so much to you guys for coming along on the ride with me. I'm so lucky to have your support and encouragement along the way. It means the world to me. I hope you guys know that. I hope you guys know how important you are to me and to me being able to do this. It's a part-time gig. It makes a little bit of money. It doesn't pay the bills yet. But because of you watching my videos and supporting me, I feel like I can justify the time that it takes to do this. You know, you guys have probably heard a million YouTubers say this over the years, but making these videos does take time. It's time away from things that probably other housewives and mothers and, you know, working moms are doing, like cleaning their house or spending time with their children or doing a million other things that we could or should be doing. But the support that you guys give me definitely makes this worthwhile for me and kind of, I feel like, justifies me being able to do this, because if you weren't watching, there really would be no point in this at all, would there? So I really want to thank you guys for all of your support. I will be back here tomorrow with my intro for Panda Palette 2023. I'm very excited. I am literally going through an internal crisis at this moment because I'm still debating between 3 options, and it's time to decide. And I don't want to choose. I think there's a practical option that I should choose, and there's another option that's not as practical that I really want to choose, but I think in the end I'm gonna go with the practical option. But you'll find out tomorrow. Anyways, that is it for this finale, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.